Hello everybody all over the world. Hey, and welcome to HiGPS number 362, anything balance mod. Yeah, so the balance mod has been out for over a month at this point. I wanted to make a video on the day, but I get busy with other stuff. But basically, if we take a little look here, July 8th is when it officially released. This thing did pretty well, and if we look at the stats, of course, these stats aren't really listed anywhere officially, but we are tracking the stuff, and we're doing some stuff with this page. You can still look at it. We have awards and shit. But basically, what's interesting is that the initial sort of hype has sort of died down. So we had a massive massive response to the trailer. It went viral, I'd say, and we gained a lot of new players, but then we also lost a lot of new players too when kind of interest died off and stuff, because at a certain point, all of these servers were full all the time. So what's really interesting is that if you go to the player tab, you actually have this. So it's the last month minus 8 days, give or take. So this is like minus a couple of days after the release. So you can see that there's some people who has played like 4 days worth of TF2, and this is the points they've accumulated, and you can see I'm number 14, so I have played only 2 days, but there are people who have played a lot and played less and stuff like that. So that's cool. That's great. How are you guys? Did you forget to send, but you had demos ready, but you forgot to send them, right? Because like I never tell you when I go live with this stuff. So you can still send them, and maybe I'll put them in another episode. But yeah, not too many demos for today. I've also stepped up on some other projects, and the other project being creators.tf. So I've taken on more a project director role, making sure that stuff happens and that no shady shit is going on. And we're pushing for an update soon. So I've been like super busy with the balance mod, super busy with creators.tf, super busy with work, super busy with my back being fucked. Busy with a lot of things. So I'm gonna uncool myself and take off these glasses so I can actually see better, so I can see you guys. Let me just bring up the chat here as well, which I'm actually gonna try and pay attention to. Kinda. So we're gonna go right into today's episode with some demos. If you are unfamiliar with this format, basically you send me demos of one life and then we review it and see if it's good or bad. So, first demo is going to be from one guy that submits a lot of stuff to us. It's going to be Karma's Camera. Always submits stuff. I think he's based in the US or something. So here we are on Gullywash. You can see that there's a contract in the corner. Wrong map, of course, because nobody really cares about those. So here he is, the boy, the man. Calling for medic, checking. Oh, yeah, don't see anything through those grids. Going to be running the balancemod Natasha, which is a crowd favorite. Basically, you shoot people, and then you get a little bit of a speed boost, as you can see here with the lines. Maybe we'll get another shot of it. You can see you get some speed lines, moving a little bit faster. So it's like getting whipped when you're using this weapon. Now, this is a favorite for many people. It is the weakest of all of the miniguns, so if you engage another heavy in a 1v1 under certain fair conditions, you're going to lose to every single one of them. So we're just seeing him pushing through here, using the speed mobility to gain some traction here. I'm not really sure if I agree on using the gloves of running urgently with this. It's a bit overkill. And I'm not sure how old these demos are. It might have been like a while ago, but basically some of the blue team is TF2 on ice. They simply don't want to move their feet, and then so there's some great tracking here. Kills the scout, the other one gets away because this thing does very little damage compared to the other ones. And if you do land a hit, you can use it for some fancy stuff. We can see he's doing all right, just shooting thing and eating sandwich. Yes. So that's it. So far pretty good. Almost died, so he's gonna run back, grab his health. And then gonna continue on pushing. So the balancemod Natasha is actually pretty decent at certain situations like this, when you're kind of like navigating through a lot. So it's not about like killing the opponent, but like helping your team push forward. Because if you're in the front as a heavy, it's easier for your teammates to follow here. So heck and heck, he takes a fucking heckin' deck and hits the deck dead. And then going in forward here. So this is probably on the US server, I'm guessing. At some point in time in the past. So he doesn't want to commit just yet. For some reason, this scout goes for the heavy and not the insert edgy Latin here. Yeah, well, that didn't work. And Uber coming in, so it's a great Uber push tool just to gain some ground. And of course, you can't die if you're invulnerable, but once the Uber fades, you die. But not until you found the banana. Cool. So that was Karma's camera, just showcasing this. So the theme of this episode was anything balance mod, so I assume people sent me stuff they love or they hate. And the Natasha has been something that people really like, and it's not always good, but it's good enough of the times to warrant this. So here we have Karma's camera. He's currently running the pirate shoes, the bootlegger, which means he's not taking fall damage. That's like the biggest takeaway from the balance mod. Because I did want to give boots for the demo an edge to use if you're not a demo man. And like just having the health is not worth giving up your grenade launcher for. It's still not worth giving up the grenade launcher for, but now at least it helps you sticky jump. So we're gonna see that into effect later. So defensive Uber versus offensive crits equals you're not gonna be doing much as a medic, and teammates are gonna be yelling at you to switch off your specialized Kritzkrieg into something more usable, because crits on offense is dumb if you're the only medic, which the medic is. So here we have Karma. He's going to go around to the flanking area. He's going to do a bit of a jump here, and this is an interesting scenario. So you can see he's above everything. Things are looking cool. Karma's cool. Lands a couple of sticks, and then the sentry shoots him. Oh shit. Shit. Oh, we don't take full damage, that's right, and we got the gun. Oh, feels so good to do that. Jesus, the boots saved his ass, and then he got the gun, killed insert edgy Latin name here. He's all over the place. We see a spy. He's probably gonna go get away because spy checking with sticks is a nightmare, a waste of time. Spy takes care of the gun. We're gonna jump here. Of course, we're not gonna take any fall damage. We're gonna sustain the overheal for a little bit longer. And now we're doing the best strategy of all, which is camping a door as a demo man. And it's just such a strong strategy, as when the enemy just literally, like the sniper literally saw the engineer walk out the door and get killed, and he thought, I'm gonna go out and kill the guy who killed my friend. And then Karma's camera just M1, M2, and then some more kills coming in, scout coming in, but not gonna be enough because he has Penguin Lord to help him take care of this guy. And now they have a Kritzkrieg here on attack, which can be pretty good if he can fucking sticky jump for once in his life. So here we go. Here we go. Go! Oh! Kills! Are we getting more kills? Oh! Gets another! Quite decent Kritzkrieg there. And of course, they're kicking ass. The enemy team is falling apart. They need to work together, step it up in order to stop this. And J-Pat's like, well, I'm winning, so I guess we scrambled it. We need to vote for the scramble. So here we go, another another one of these instances where Karma's camera is just plugging up the sticky trap. This is nerfed because, you know, can't do something about it. Oh, another one. Is the sniper gonna go out and try and get him? He is, but Karma now pretty low on sticks. Not gonna be able to do much here and gets bullied out of there. Spy making short work of the heavies. Just gets spotted though. Karma's super duper weak, and down he goes. But that was pretty nice. I really liked the fact that he got the sentry snipe and then had like 16 health after the jump and didn't die from the fall damage. That was actually pretty darn good. So next up is LRS. I don't remember if this was sent for the video or not, but we're gonna show it anyway. It's called Vac and Cheese, which is pretty good if your team doesn't suck and you know how to use it. Like, Vaccinator is even harder to use than the quick fix if you want to use it correctly. So we have Eloresa with the cool rifleman's cap, signature move. Gonna be working on healing everybody. As you can see, the enemy team has a lot of scouts, and we 2 spies and 2 medics, so 4 support, and the rest are, you know, some power classes here and there. So switching to the wrong resistance and getting hit and popping the resistance when you aren't getting hit is pretty common for most vaccinated users. Here we have a heavy, so you just need to pop both. Okay, and he's dead because you used the wrong resistance. Oops! Pro tip that I gave in the video when you're using the Vaccinator medic is that there's no point after you've popped the resistance to keep the same resistance on the person you've popped, because the passive and the active from the pop doesn't stack. So if you are popping like explosive resist, you just switch to another resistance immediately to have another resistance going, so you're not missing out on resistances. And a lot of medics don't know this, or they don't do this, because it requires a lot of finesse and a lot of like micromanagement of things. It's a lot more difficult than just heal and then stick with it. So what I like to do when I'm using this weapon, and I intend to win, is that I used to switch through like the different resistances like all the time. It's a good way to like keep you on your toes to remember which one is like. For me, it's like 1 tap, 2 taps. So 1 tap from bullet to explosives, and then 2 taps from explosives back to bullet, because fire isn't really, not really that used. But we are sitting on 4 charges here. We have a Brass Beast Heavy, Mr. Kane, and now we have Toji. Goes in, pops it, gets a nice explosive resist. You can see that's very useful because there's just soldiers and they don't know how to use shotguns. And here comes the scout. Nice switch to the other. The bullet resist as well, using the overdose, but we haven't really accomplished much. We killed a couple of guys, and then we are just giving up all this space for free. So using the overdose to close the gap a little bit, that's pretty good. And then trying to... Oh, we're getting juggled. I think this is a pretty old demo when we got juggled a lot further with that thing. Anyway, if you think it's lagging, it's because it is. So here we go, another little push coming in from this side along with the rest of the team. So we have Quick Fix and this Quick Fix Vaccinator push from the 2 medics, of course. I would be screaming if those were my medics, because we could use Uber or crits. And forgetting to switch to the proper resistance again, Elrasa. I saw you had explosive resist, but then you didn't change to bullet and your teammate died. If that was me, you'd be hearing it in the chat. So by mac and cheese, I mean it's like, do you get indigestion? Is it like, it's like an American thing, this mac and cheese stuff. It's like, why would you ever have macaroni and cheese? It makes no sense to me. So yeah, good showcase on what not to do. Really. Cool. Nice. So here we have Robsan, the guy who's been submitting my stuff, actually using the, this is actually a while ago when we still had Powerhouse in the rotation, so that dates this pretty far back. And people are like, this was Powerhouse fixed? What did they fix? Well, nothing. It's still a stalemated piece of shit that never ends. So it's gonna go around the corner here, and he's gonna, oh, slows the medic. Hits the medic, and who's that dapper-looking sniper? Who's that guy? Well, that sniper knows what he looks like, what he's doing. He's calling medic, and, well, that's me, and I died. Oops. And then, of course, mid-range zoning with the shortstop is pretty good, but eventually he dies. I'm literally just showing you the few demos that were sent to me, basically. Yes. So that was a showcase of the shortstop. Like, the balance mod is just so comprehensive. It's hard to forget, or it's easy to forget that, like, things aren't shit anymore, and just there's so many viable options for everybody available. Yes, so let's see, did this not work? Yes, now it worked. Cool. People asking if I'm anti-mac and cheese. I just never had it. This is a bit older. I forget the name of this map, but it was in the rotation before. I think it's pre the Half-Life update. And this is actually the pre-nerfed Neon Annihilator, which Robsan was pretty much the only one that decided to really use this weapon and get good with it. Because basically, if you killed somebody with it, you would get the crits for like, I think it was like 4 seconds. Like, how much damage is this gonna do? It crits, and then like 300 something. And of course, he can also reflect. Lands a second shot, but doesn't get the kill. So, while the Neon Annihilator still provides mini crits is no longer crits because the crits thing was just so good and lasted for so long. It basically was like you could have Flog with Air Blast, basically, if you had someone to feed off of. So tone it down a little bit. We still have to see. Thank you for the donation, Leg Bake. Don't have to donate, but it's greatly appreciated. Everything goes into servers and maintenance. So this is from earlier today because I was like, shit, I gotta do this episode and I haven't recorded anything. And we have 2 freedom fighters here, Heck and Heck 2, with me being Heck 2, yes. So I'm currently running one of my more favorable loadout, which is Man Treads, which increases your move speed by 10%, which stacks greatly with the pushback resistance it has as well. So it kind of combos into itself, and especially with the whip, it's like whip plus the 10% damage. It makes it go really fast. So we're gonna kill Robsan, the fucking FK guy, and we have Andre, the guy who's fucking Legolas on our server. He's only using the Huntsman. He's so fucking good with it. So you can see there, we just kind of run up and just destroy everything with the sentry. Granted, the engineer got taken out, but we also saw with the Pyro, we didn't really get air blasted that much because we're kind of just staying in place. Sniping another sentry, taking care of that. So far pretty good. We also use the movement to jump higher, throw off the opponents because we're moving slightly faster than what they're used to. I'm gonna finish off this soldier as well, being super weak, but luckily in my pocket, Glon is a pretty cool guy and helps me stay alive. So then I'm gonna go back to the cart. The rest of the demos are just gonna be me, by the way, because I was all the users are the ones who are gonna kill this. Oh no, guy once again. So there we go. And just gonna do a little jump and landing on top of shit. I think I'm dead here. Nope, because I got Uber. Oh, snipers? How about dead snipers? Yeah, got him. Cool. And then we kind of just proceed to roll for a bit. Nothing too much to it. Good for Pogo. I'm going in here. Totally trashing the other team. And of course, whenever you're losing, you type V scramble. Or I'll scramble the teams at the end of the round. Hopefully soon we can get the plugin working where the scramble is based on your skill rather than your points in the game. And maybe you can detect the teams before they get like super broken and stuff. So that was Man Treads 1. I have another one of the Man Treads. Just showcasing you how insanely good it's for bombing sentry nests. As a soldier, it just really helps you get in there. And yeah, so also it pairs really well with any kind of melee weapon, especially for the soldier. Both the equalizer and the shovel acquires similar results when you use them. Even if you have a lot of health or not a lot of health. If you have not a lot of health, then the equalizer is good. If you have a lot of health, the shovel's better. So here's a sentry, right? So I'm not going to get the sentry, but I'm just going to show you the pushback, right? So here we are, going to run forward here. I'm going to have my Saxon Hail hat on. The sentry is now going to be shooting at me, and watch this jump. I jump forward, and I just literally just jump up here like no problem. Kill the engineer, run out of ammo, and then this Pyro's going to be reflecting some rockets down. I'm going to die to a backstab or a headshot from fucking Legolas over there. But it just shows you that like Man Treads with the speed boost allows for some pretty interesting bomber plays. Very useful, and I remember when we had, I think during the release, we had some competitive players, or ex-competitive players or whatever, that I remember from back in the day trying it, and I was like to one of the soldier mates, I was like, dude, try the Man Treads, and boy, it was like watching Sonic. It was just so fast. So here's another one of my favorites, the Amputator, which you can now cancel out of the animation. I'm going to be making another video on this, explaining this design and all of the many changes in more detail. But this is just a change that's really good for the medic, especially when you're solo healing and you don't want to like use permanent Vitasaw or crossbow. So I found this using this more and less Ubersaw, which I guess is fine. I mean, Ubersaw is still really good, but you can position yourself a bit differently. So this heavy might fly. So when you use the Amputator, like I said in the other videos, in case you haven't watched them, so basically when you're playing this, you have to watch this top area here and watch this health whenever you're doing the AoE heal to make sure that you're not wasting time. So as long as everybody's healed, you cancel and then you go back to regular healing. So still just healing my team. Going forward here, we got McNam Jam. Going in here and watch this fucking arrow miss the heavy. Fuck. Shit. Yes! And then we do this, and I cancel immediately because there's like some enemies there. And we're just about ready to go. This is also the slightly buffed brass beast with slightly faster spin-up time. Just to help the little edge that he needs, because it's in this really weird spot at the moment. Because it doesn't have the tankiness anymore, so we're trying to compensate for that. Yes. Seeing in the chat, people are like, man treads suck, gunboats better. Yeah. Man treads are good for occupying space, while gunboats are still just going backwards. I'm gonna try not save this heavy, just let him die here while I heal. There's a point you have to make, you know, do I build Uber as fast as I can, or do I die to this Pyro? No, it's like, do I kill, or do I heal with a minigun and build Uber the fastest I can, or do I have my teammates stay alive longer but build Uber slower? Most of the time, I let my teammates die so I can build that Uber. Pretty good. Alright, so the next one is actually a throwback to something I did a while ago, or a technique that I developed that works pretty well. So I would recommend, if ever you're using a brass beast, you have to run shotgun. The shotgun on heavy is pretty good, but most of you fuckers use the shotgun as if it was like a sandwich. You have to completely change the way you approach stuff as a heavy when you move around and when you're using the shotgun, because the shotgun isn't a piece of bread. So it works really well with the Fist of Steel, and I saw the demo, and we can see that there's a big chunk here, so I would have died to this. But I tanked the hit, and as soon as I tanked the hit, I switched to these. I damaged the demo for 72, which means he can't kill me, and I was gonna punch him, and he dies. So I'm gonna be showing you some other text from this. I mean, I've done plenty of videos of this in the past. It's just easier to do on the balance mod because the Fist of Steel doesn't have that holstering penalty. And then I died. Shit, right? Ass. Freaking died. Yes. So, right. Let's move on to another one where it's a bit more complicated. When we did the YouTubers versus pros, I actually used the strategy against like Benny and the gang, but the fucking medic guy would never heal me, so I just died. So that was fun. But it's the same thing applies here, right? So you just, like, I would have not been able to do that damage if I used the miniguns, because the spin-up time would have been too long, and I wouldn't be able to turn up the damage, because the initial DPS is higher on the shotgun, like, just in the beginning. And shotgun actually kills pretty quickly, and you do have a lot of health, so you can tank a lot of stuff, so... Just gonna get one kill here, and of course we have medic with the amputator providing a lot of heals. So we're gonna go off to the upper area, and I say, well, my team seems to be having this area under control. I'm gonna go here. So this is what's interesting, right? So you switch to the shotgun. You do this to occupy space, right? So I switch back to Fist of Steel before tanking the hit. Pyro affected, so I did that unnecessary. I take a hit for full damage, switch back, take another hit for reduced damage, and then I just kind of had to book it out and out of there. And there comes a spy. So, you see where my back is, right? It's in front of me the entire time, except when he goes on the side and kills me. So, not on a face stab, because of lag and shit, but, I'll have you know that on my screen, he was never out of my field of vision. At all. But the server's like, he was. Hit registration, right? Cool. Fun. Alright. So here's me. This is going to be the last demo of today. And I'm using one of the unlocks that I had wanted to make for the longest time. The death of me dying. But that didn't count, because I forgot to do the tick. So here we go, for reals this time. So... like degreaser for just switching weapons, and the detonator for lighting people on fire and getting annoying, and also as a gap closer, as well as the sharpened volcano fragment to have that AoE melee explosion goodness is actually pretty fun for me to use. It's really hard to pull off sometimes because people are good and will just kill you when you go for this. So So here's a bit of an example, right? So when we go in here, we have this heavy and medic. So now the medic is smart and backs up. You can see the explosion is actually, like the radius is actually bigger than the effect, so. I don't actually hit anyone else, but I do a fair amount of damage on the heavy. And it does have more damage DPS than the flamethrower if you just keep shooting it. So here we have Kepux. There's a dead Kepux. It's so satisfying. You hit someone, you just go boom. They die. And we have a hero engineer wanting to repair this. I do about 8,000 damage worth on that teleporter before it goes down. Plenty stuff for the enemy. Yes. So, reflect there. I'm not going to be bothering that brass beast heavies because they eat us for breakfast. Nom nom nom. Delicious pyro. Walking ammo pack. So there we go. We're going to be shooting this. And reflect. And die to Mr. Mundy. So that's going to conclude this episode. Of course, when there's episodes that are really vague and very open, it's not so easy for players to really do much with this, right? But I'll be telling you what we'll be doing for the next HiGPS that we're doing, and that we're going to focus on the loose cannon that got a buff that I implemented that was solely community based. It was only you guys. So basically what it is that we've given it, if you go on the server and you type /O, you can see here that it does 50% less damage taken. So that means as a demo man, you are now able to do some I was going to do this on the fly. You can do like some of this shit, right? You can basically do double. How much damage does it do? Yeah, it does less than 40, so there you go. So that's going to be the topic for next time, balancemod loose cannon, and we're going to see exactly what you can do with this, because I have a very non-good feeling about the loose cannon and what it's supposed to be. Granted, there's some players that are very good with it, but overall it's difficult to use. It's not that reliable. So this gives demo man a whole lot more mobility, and the fact that you can do these loose cannon jumps twice as much must open up some new possibilities for some crazy shit. Right, like all of the demo knight mains that like use the loose cannon for jumping are like, fucking finally, yes. So that's gonna be the topic for next time. If you're in the stream, stick around to get the raffle link. We'll be giving away some items, and if you're watching this on YouTube, the link's in the description and lasts for 6 days after this video uploads. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Stick around for balancemod stuff. Invite your friends. We seem to be stabilizing a bit more, and we're also looking into getting a better or more centralized EU server, because the Polish server has its it's like that friend you have that has their ups and downs. They have good days and bad days, and we're looking for someone that only has good days. Yes. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.